Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, it's going to be a bit different because I am actually going to use my voice to explain some stuff that I found out inside one of my dreams. And what I mean by dreams is, as all of you know, basically what will be happening in Honkai Star Rail in the future. So what I found is that the characters who scale with break effect right now, for example Shrei, and to a certain extent Himeko, since she relies on breaking the enemies, one of the things that these characters have a problem with is that, for example, Shrei, once you deplete the enemy's toughness bar, you basically have a lot of downtime before you can gain the stacks for her talents for her follow-up attacks. So this is a problem and anti-synergistic with Rangmei because Rangmei delays the enemies from recovering their toughness bar. Also for Himeko, it's the same. Without breaking the enemy, you basically do not get the stacks for her follow-up. So Shrei and Himeko both have this issue. And Shrei in particular because she relies so much on break effect. And one of the things that will be fixing these two characters' problems with break effect is that one of the characters that will be free in future patch is that it will have a multiplier and instance of damage that will scale with the attacking character's break effect. So for example, after Shrei and Himeko breaks the enemies, usually you cannot use the break effect damage anymore, but because of this new character, you can attack a weakness broken enemy, and this new character will have a damage multiplier instance of damage, where when Shrei and Himeko does damage to the weakness broken enemy, Shrei and Himeko will do break damage equal to, well, based on their break effect percentage. So with Shrei and Himeko's high break effect, for example 150% to around 250%, they will be able to do break damage based on this percentage and adding on to Rangmei's toughness damage reduction multiplier and weakness break efficiency. So the damage formula is basically separated into, I believe, 3 parts. Toughness damage reduction, that's 1. Break effect percentage, that's 1. And also character level. And for toughness reduction, it also scales with weakness break efficiency. So Rangmei has both toughness break reduction and weakness break efficiency. So Rangmei will be the best support for these types of new teams in the future. And for my builds, what I prepared is that for Himeko, I am going to use a rather low attack build with high crit stats but high break effect. So 100% break effect on Himeko. And note that Himeko does not have any break effect traces. So I'm using a break effect rope. And high break effect substats. This is my highest. And some of the pieces have break effect, but not too much. But the idea for Himeko is that you still want her to do decent damage on her own with her skill multipliers. So these ones. So you still need some attack and you still need some crit stats. But because the break effect from the new character, their ultimate damage formula is so broken that you still need break effect on Himeko. So basically, Himeko becomes a new Shrei, and you also need speed because you're not running Sparkle or Bronya. So ideally, you want 125 speed if you're running with Rangmei, and if you're using Talia, well, you need 135 or I think 136 because she's 96, so 10% is 9.6. So you need 136 speed if you're using with Rangmei, which you will be using with Rangmei if you're using Talia. And for Shrei, well, if I just use Himeko's relics, you will see that she's basically my Shrei is basically done. Yeah, 123 plus the 10% of 103 is 139 133.6, I think. My decimal place is right above the 133 point, I think, 4 speed threshold for 2 actions in the first cycle. So this is perfect, and I have decent ratio for crit stats. But the main thing is that I have 200% break effect, and I do not have E4 right now. With E4, it's another 40% break effect, and with round mate, it's another 20%. So that's 260. And if you're using Watchmaker, I believe Watchmaker is 30% if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 30%. So I do not have Watchmaker, but I will farm the Pioneer domain for a Watchmaker set. And with Watchmaker, it's another 30%. So 200 and how much was it? 260% plus 30%. That's 290%. And yeah, that's about it. That's 290% break effect for Shui Yi. And also note that usually quantum break damage is a 0.5 times multiplier compared to the fire damage break effect, which is 2x damage multiplier, same as physical. So at first it may seem that the new character's break effect break damage isn't as good for quantum and imaginary units, but it's confirmed that it does not matter about the element for the new character's break damage or weakness broken enemy. It purely scales with the 3 stats that I mentioned, plus a 1x, so 100% base damage. So the base damage does not depend on the element of the character. So even if it's fire, quantum, imaginary, physical, it's still a 100% 1x. So it won't be a 0.5 or 2x. And well, of course, Blue Hill will be really good from what I see. I mean, from what I dreamed. Of course, he's not out yet, right? But this is just my guess. Yeah. So yeah, it seems Blue Hill, Shui Yi, Himiko, Gallagher. That's why I'm building Gallagher right now. And Ram Mei. This will be one of the new meta teams, I believe. And in the future, there might be a certain fire destruction unit which will also be good with break effect. I'm just guessing. So yeah, this is just a quick video on what I believe will be happening in the future. And I prepared my well, you might already know what new character I'm talking about, which will have the break effect effect just from looking at this character, right? So her base speed, her new base speed will be 105. So I have 152 right now with Rami, which will be 160. So 2 actions for both first cycle and second cycle, and she has 80% break effect plus 28%, so 108, plus her traces around 38%. So plus Ram plus all the other stuff like Ram Mei is around 160%, and she adds around 50% break effect to all allies if you have 150% break effect on her. So pretty good. And I'm actually using a crit damage piece, and as you can see, her HP stats are actually pretty good for a level 40 Lycone. So I believe this will go to around 4.5 HP and around 900 defense if I fully max this Lycone out. So even with a crit damage chest piece, it's still pretty good defense stats. So you can basically use pieces with high break effect and you're good to go. And I highly recommend energy regeneration rope. Now there are a lot of sources for energy regeneration for the new character, but you still want energy rope just for the consistency. But if you really do not have a good ERR rope, then you can of course go break effect rope and it will still work fine, I think. But you just might need to scale one more time with the new character. So yeah, If you have any questions, leave a comment. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my zero cycle videos. So yeah, I'll keep making them and hopefully you enjoy them. So I'll see you on the next one.